What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we will be discussing who will be the victor between the fight of Liu Dongcheng versus Nikodo. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you help out your boy and subscribe to the channel. I also have an Instagram and a Twitter, so if you could follow me on those, it will be very helpful. I'm trying to get 100 followers on both platforms, so if you aren't following me yet, make sure you follow me there. Thank you. Now we are down to the last 4 matches of the Kengan versus Purgatory tournament, and the 10th match is Liu Dongcheng versus Nikodo. Now this match is pretty much going to be surprising to a lot of people, and here are my main predictions on what I think will happen. We actually do know a lot about Nitoco as a fighter, as we have seen him fight within Kengan Omega against Yuzaki Mumon, and he pretty much obliterated him using his Sambo, and I think it was a knee bar or maybe an arm bar, which was the finishing attack that finished off Yuzaki Mumon. But the most interesting thing about Nitoko is the fact that he faced off against Kano Agido, and he gave Kano Agido a very good battle, as we know that a lot of people within Kengan Omega have said that he drove Kano Agido to certain levels, and Kano Agido eventually did beat him and pretty much put Nitoko in rehabilitation. I think it was for around 6 months, but Nitoko was still able to put a good matchup against Kano Agido, and I want to see how he is going to incorporate his Sambo within the Kengan match. And I think that he will put on a very good fight against Liu Dongcheng. I don't think that he will pull off the W, and I will explain why. Now, we have his opponent, Liu Dongcheng, one of the 3 demon fists of Purgatory. And Liu Dongcheng is pretty much an adamant fighter at this point. Due to the fact that he lost his friend Knight of Monkbat, it's going to be interesting to see how he carries himself within this fight right now. Now, one of the main reasons why I think that Liu Dongcheng will most likely pull off the W is because of the certain techniques that he already has at his arsenal. As we saw when Knight and Monkbat died, how he tried to take on pretty much Koga and Kazuo together. Now, I think the Earthquake Foot technique that Liu Dongcheng has will play a very important role within this fight, as Earthquake Foot pretty much unstabilizes his opponent's balance, and Nikodo not being able to have balance will not be able to execute his Sambo moves properly, as wrestling, which Sambo basically is, requires a lot of steady balance, and I think Liu Dongcheng's Earthquake Foot will unsteady him a lot. And he also has the Yang Clan Steel Fist technique, which is a mastery of a certain punch, I believe. And he also has a Hong Clan 8 trigrams, and that's another mastery of a certain technique in Liu Dongcheng's martial arts. And I think that he will use those abilities to subdue Nikodo, and he will pull off the W. As right now, Liu Dongcheng has a lot of resolve. He needs to get the dub to kind of avenge Knight and Monkbat, one of his best friends, and for him to lose will be a bitter taste in a lot of people's tongues, as Liu Dongcheng he was incredibly emotional after Knight and Monkbat was killed by Garuyuki, so he will do anything in his power to defeat Nikodo. As for Liu Dongcheng being the Tiger's Vessel, I think that's become pretty much very unlikely, as most people within the fandom think that the Tiger's Vessel will fight against one of the top tier fighters in Kengan, and we still have Omar left to fight, so I'm still going for Fei Wangfang potentially being the Tiger's Vessel, with Tarashi in close second, with him kind of hiding his identity, could be that. And also he does not have a fighting record, which is now kind of pointing all the fingers to Tarashi potentially being the Tiger's Vessel. But I'm still saying that Fei Wangfang will be the Tiger's Vessel, as I just have a feeling that he is, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I do not think that Liu Dongcheng is the Tiger's Vessel. Now, a lot of people are kind of speculating the fact that Nitoko could be a potential worm member. Now, this theory I've heard from a lot of people. It goes that they believe that Nitoko was killed after the match against Yuzaki Mumon, because most people remember the fact that he rejected Kazuo's offer to join the tournament at first. But then all of a sudden, he called up Yamashita saying that he's lost all his money and he wants to be in the tournament now. Now, what people believe is that after he had beaten Yuzaki Mumon and kind of gone back to his riding, people believe that he was killed and replaced by a worm member, as we know that worm members pretty much have clones. And the person who is fighting right now is going to be a clone of the worm. And this at the moment does seem a little bit stretched, and there's no like concrete evidence to support this. But if this does happen, I'd be very interested, as this will spice up the tournament a little bit more, as we've already seen that the Purgatory team has had 2 worm members, and if we suddenly get a worm member within the Kengan match, it would be within the Kengan side, it would be very interesting. But at the moment, it doesn't seem much sense for a worm member to be fighting on the side of Kengan for no reason, unless he was going to throw the match on purpose or attack someone with behind the scenes in the Kengan lobby. So for this reason, it's very unlikely for Notoko to be some kind of clone, but I'd be very interested to see that if he was a clone. It would spice up the story a little bit more. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. Now, I do have an announcement, and if you guys have stayed for the entirety of this video, thank you for watching the video. So this announcement is that I am going to hold a tournament within my Discord server. It will be a Kengan quiz tournament, and all you have to do is join and be able to speak with a mic. And it's pretty much a tournament where I test your Kengan knowledge against another competitor within this tournament, and the winner will win a Kengan t-shirt and also get a special role within the server. So if you guys would like to join this tournament, the link to my Discord will be in the description section, and you are more than welcome to join.